From the Ferguson Mariner Gymnasium in Newport News, WHCS Channel 29 presents Group AAA Eastern Regional Boys Tournament. The Hampton Crabbers and the Woodrow Wilson Presidents. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz and A.G. Womble. We are here at Ferguson High School for the quarterfinals of the Boys AAA Tournament. The Hampton Crabbers 21-2. Hosting the Woodrow Wilson Presidents at 17-7. Bob, we know a lot about Hampton, but unfortunately we don't know much.
I don't know much about Wilson at all, but I was talking to David Blizzard, assistant coach over for Hampton, and he says last night's loss to Denby may be a blessing in disguise. He said the last 2 years we have won the district tournament, and we have gone in thinking we're great and lose in the very first round. He says tonight we know we can get beat, so we got to come out and play heads-up ball. He says you will know what kind of a mental area these people are in tonight at the end of the first quarter, what Hampton's doing. Last night, from what I understood, Kevin Swan had an excellent ball game. And he's the kind of guy that comes to play, and we should see him play a good game. I don't know anything about the Presidents. Maybe you do.
Well, I know that they have three strong scorers, and we'll get to that in just a moment as we are now going to hear the national anthem.
Chance. Let me tell you a little bit about the officials. They are a mixed crew. What I mean by that, one from the peninsula, one from the east, the southeastern district. Charlie Woodson is from the southeastern, and Jim Downey, of course, we know from the peninsula district.
Which one is which? Which one's got the mustache?
The one with the mustache is Charlie Woodson.
All right. Jet introduced for Wilson. Aaron Monday being introduced for the Hampton Crabbers. There you see his stats. Stuart Wright, the leading scorer for Wilson, is being introduced. He's number 40. That is he that you see. Hunter is his counterpart for the Hampton Crabbers, number 44. There you see his stats. Of course, Eric Hunter, as many of you know, an outstanding quarterback for the Hampton Crabbers, and he will be attending Purdue University next year.
Chris James just was introduced. He's the center.
And there's Gannon Baker being introduced for the Crabbers. Gannon Baker had a great game that we saw him play last night against the Denby Patriots in a losing cause. Baker had 14 points. And of course, many of you undoubtedly know that the Crabbers lost in overtime to Denby Monday night. Cedric Williams for the Crabbers being introduced, number 22 for the Crabbers. Cedric Williams comes into the ball game for Hampton, and he is averaging 14 points per ball game. Kevin Swan, the leading scorer for the Crabbers, 17.5 on the regular season. There you see a good shot of Kevin. The coaches for Hampton, of course, Walter Brower is the head coach. And did you get the name of the head coach? Larry Harvey, I believe.
Larry Harvey is the head coach of the Wilson Presidents, and of course, Coach Walter Brower is for Hampton, and he's assisted by David Blizzard and Mr. Art Jones.
3 players for Wilson do the bulk of the scoring. Kenny Mitchell, number 22, Keith Majette, number 23, and Stuart Wright of Wilson is number 40. And those are the 3 guys. 15.7 for Majette, 16.7 for Mitchell, and 20.7 for Wright. So they're a pretty high-scoring ball club, Wilson is. They have a 17-7 record, while the Crabbers now have tasted defeat on only 3 occasions, and 2 of those at the hands of the Denby Patriots. And of course, Denby is advancing to further action.
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but and 2 of those losses to Denby were in overtime.
We're about set to go. Hampton will be the home team. They'll have the white uniforms with the red numerals and trim. Woodrow Wilson traveling here, the runners-up of the Southeastern District at 17-7. And I'm told that they are small but fast, and they quickly get the opening tap. This is Chris James, guarded by Monday. Mike Hunter. And the ball turned over. Back come the Crabbers. This is Hunter, and he loses the handle.
It was knocked out of his hand, but he was going to dunk that. And that's the defense is what Hampton needs. If they can get their defense going and cause some turnovers, we're going to see Hampton get real. 3-pointer from Kevin right off the bat, Tim.
Kevin Swan with the 3-pointer. And Hampton's out on front, 3-0. 8-minute quarters from deep in the corner. The shot no good. Rebound underneath. Reverse layup was no good. Aaron Monday with the board. He's got Eric Hunter all by himself, and he'll jam it this time. So Eric Hunter takes the high percentage shot, and the Crabbers lead 5-0. No shot clock in high school basketball. You cannot be guarded closely for more than 5 seconds, and that is a violation. Aaron Monday on the receiving end. He jams. So quickly, the Crabbers are out on top 7-0 with 2 slam dunks and a 3-pointer by Kevin Swan.
I tell you, Tim, I watched what they were doing offensively, and the Presidents, after a shot is taken, is standing. Hampton is breaking. They got men going down the court, and it's the big men, the ones you don't expect to be going down the court. And Hunter, of course, Hunter's was on, one of his was on a steal, and the other one was on a Monday on a break on a nice pass from Kevin Swan. And here we can see it on the replay, and you can see Monday is leading the break, and he is looking, he says, listen, Eric, you can get a jam, I can get a jam.
There you saw Monday high above the rim.
And there, Slow Joe Mo did a good job of that. What did he say to you before he went in? Mojo Snow or what?
All right.
Hey, I gotta be careful. I know that guy.
Joe Lewis, our instant replay man, working magic for you. As you saw the replay of Monday's 2-handed jam. 7-0, the Crabbers on top quickly. Don't count Wilson out of this game, though. They're a scoring machine, and we will undoubtedly see them coming back. Kenny Mitchell, baseline jumper for Wright, and then a foul underneath. This one, I believe, is going to be charged to Chris James.
And Wilson is going to pick up full court. They're going to try to put some pressure on it. It looks like they're in a 1-2, 1-1 full court press.
Kevin Swan. So for Williams, Gannon Baker breaks, feeds off for Hunter. Yes!
Oh, nice passing of the ball.
Hunter has 4, and it's 9-0 Hampton. Crabbers lost in overtime Monday night to Denby. Coming out of block.
Oh, nice block. Must have got him with the body.
Must have, because he got nothing but ball with his hand. Cedric Williams called for the personal. There you see Gannon Baker Stuart Wright will go to the free throw line. We'll watch the replay here. Wright will have 2 shots. Let's see if we can pick up the foul.
Well, I tell you what.
Let's just put it like this. Let's give the official the benefit of the doubt because he was closer, but I sure didn't see any contact.
There was daylight there, Tim.
Wright connects on both free throws. The 20-point-per-game man has his team on the scoreboard. Baker spots Cedric Williams. Back to Gannon Baker, who's been hot lately, and his shot is no good. Hunter way up in the air for the rebound, but his putback is knocked away, and back come the Presidents. This is Majette spinning, putting it up. Yes. Check that. That's Mike Honoré. But his move was beautiful, and his team has 4 now. 9-4. Hampton led 9-0.
And the Presidents are in a 1-3-1 zone.
Williams,
well, actually, it's like a 1-2-2.
Hunter will kick it back to Baker. Baker for 3, no. And over the back is Monday. Aaron Monday went over the back of one of the Presidents, and he'll be called for the personal. That's his first, and only the second team foul. 5:16 left here in the first quarter. 4 8-minute quarters. Hampton 21-3 on the season. Woodrow Wilson 17-7. Hampton hosting this playoffs based on the fact that they won the Peninsula District outright. Ball tipped away and taken by Baker. And Baker gives to Kevin Swan. Swan with a 3-pointer to his credit, gives to Williams on the baseline. He's double teamed. But Swan was tripped up, no foul, and now a jump ball.
Yeah, a little bit of contact going on there, but they give the ball to Hampton on the possession arrow.
Kevin Swan for 3. It's short. And it's knocked out of bounds. It belongs to Hampton. 4:40 left here in the first. Kevin Swan will inbounds to Monday. Gannon Baker to Swan rather. Swan again for 3. Off the heel of the rim, no good. Monday tips it out for Baker. Swan was all alone underneath and gets it. Swan, who had 10 points against Denby, has 5 here with half of the first period still remaining. And Wright took steps. Stuart Wright, number 40 for Wilson. Turnover gives the ball to Hampton. Monday fouled at midcourt, no call. The ball is tipped into the crowd. It'll belong to the Crabbers. This game being played Tuesday night, the 28th of February, here at the Mariners Gym on the campus of Ferguson High School. I'm Tim Cole with Bob Hintz and A.G. Womble, and we are happy to bring this game to you. We look forward to further action throughout the tournament as long as Hampton and Phoebus girls team are involved. Cedric Williams' shot is off the rim. Back come the Presidents. Driving the lane all the way, no good. Monday had the rebound for a minute, but he lost it to Philip Freeman, who put it back. All alone down court is Hunter. Hunter puts the move. Nice play.
That was a nice move by Eric Hunter.
Hunter has good quickness, and he left his defender standing back about 6 feet from the basket for the easy basket. Underneath, an easy basket for Philip Freeman. Pace of the game picking up now. Monday goes to the hoop. He's got it.
I tell you, I'm impressed with Hampton's big men. They go into the basket strong.
Philip Freeman guilty of the foul. 15-8. Monday with a chance to complete the three-point play. Tim Morris checks in for the Presidents. Mike Honoré will check out. We'll watch the replay of that last basket and foul. Watch how Monday really makes a good long stride to the hoop here. Blows right past Freeman. And Freeman got him as he went by. And the free throw is good by Monday. He's got 5. It's 16-8 as Hampton has doubled the score on Wilson. Picked off by Kevin Swan. It's a foot race.
Kevin is so quick.
7 points for Swan. There you see a good shot of Kevin Swan. Senior, I believe. Isn't Swan a senior?
Yes, he's a senior. He's already decided to go to a school in Connecticut.
Wright took steps.
It was obvious he took steps that time. I think he was trying to hope to draw the blocking call, but he didn't get it. He definitely walked. In fact, he may have did a tango.
Monday to Williams to Hunter. Hunter again.
Well, Hampton has no problem with this press. They're passing the ball right over the top of it. That's what you have to do with the press. You beat it by the passing the ball, not dribbling it.
Shot no good. Aaron Monday with the rebound. Baker spots Cedric Williams all alone. Williams with his first basket. It's 22 to 8. Hampton up by 14. 2:04 left here in the first quarter. Hampton led 9-0 before Wilson scored. Now they come back with a bucket by Keith Majette. That's his first of the night. He averages almost 16 per game. Swan guarded by Majette. His pass for Cedric Williams is behind him. Back comes Stuart Wright. Wright puts it in. That's Wright's first basket of the night. He's got 4 points, and it's 22 to 12, a 10-point Hampton lead. 2-on-1, Williams and Hunter. Dish it off to Hunter, put it in. Hunter with 10
Hampton
first half points.
They are very unselfish tonight. They're looking for the assist, and I wish I was keeping the assist, but they have.
And then a foul on Baker as he knocked the ball away and then got a little overzealous. That's his first. You know what I'm seeing, though, is an aggressiveness by Hampton I haven't seen. And we've only seen them play 3 or 4 of the games, but they're not hesitating, and that's the difference. They are beating the team, their defenders, to the basket. They're just going right by them.
The last game that you and I did of Kickingham and Hampton did not play good defense, and Coach Brower asked me after the game, how many times did you say we were playing lousy defense? And I never said it, but you could see that they were not playing with the intensity that they're playing with tonight, not especially on this defensive end of this floor.
Wright's shot is short, and then he goes over the back of a Hampton player, and that Hampton player is Jermaine Goulson, who's in the ball game, along with Paul Blackman for the Crabbers.
And Ash comes in for Monday for the Hampton Crabbers, and that's Mark Ash.
So Hampton has substituted very freely here. In fact, they only have one starter in the game right now, much to my surprise, leading by 12, less than a minute to go. Freeman gets his own rebound, dishes it underneath. Nice play, basket counts, and he's fouled.
Excellent. I am so impressed with the way they're moving and passing that ball tonight.
Kenny Mitchell called for the personal foul. That's his first. And we'll watch the replay of that as you see now we got a lane violation, I believe. Watch as you'll see a good hustle by Freeman. Nice feed underneath. And then the bucket by Jermaine Goulson.
And he is just a 9th grader. Jermaine is.
Good things to come, and Jermaine will get a second try as a lane violation gives him that chance, and he gets his 3-pointer. It's 27 to 12. Less than a minute to go here in the first quarter, I should say. Move to the basket by Keith Majette, draws the foul.
And they call it on number 42 for the Crabbers. That's Mr. Freeman.
Giovanni Freeman, who I misnamed early in the first half.
I went over to Hampton High School one day, and Coach Mann came up to me and says, Giovanni is not real thrilled with the name that you've given him.
Well, we got it right in the second half. Here, watch the replay. do apologize for that, but you know, these things happen. We got a wrong information, or I wrote down the wrong name, or whatever the reason, but we got him straight in the second half. He had a great game, Giovanni Freeman did. The Jet gets 1 out of 2. And it's a 14-point lead for Hampton. And Hampton has substitutes on the floor in every position. Glenn Newby is in there for Hampton. So not a starter out there for the Crabbers.
And they're having no problem at all with that press. And then they drop back into a 1-2-2 zone.
Mark Ash will fire. It's no good. Freeman with the rebound throws up a prayer. And back come the Presidents. Stuart Wright's pass is knocked away by Freeman. Wright will fire, and it goes off the heel of the rim. And then Newby is called for the foul. I guess I'm not going to second guess any coaching, but I'm surprised to see Hampton pull all their starters. I would have buried this team and then pulled.
I would have scored as many points as I could score this first quarter.
Watch the replay here. There you see. Looked like Newby. That was a good effort by Freeman to steal the ball. As Wright hits the first of 2. Now watch when the ball comes off. Well, you won't see it as we're back to the live action now. This is Stuart Wright here. You see Walter Brower, the head coach for Hampton. In and out for Wright. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Ball tipped away. Wright spots his teammate down the court, and he'll go in for the layup at the buzzer. Kenny Mitchell hits the basket at the buzzer, and it counts. So it's 27-16. And I'm not trying to belabor this point, but I have to be somewhat surprised that all the starters came out for Hampton. They're certainly not tired. I know they played last night, and that's a factor.
Well, I know, but their adrenaline is going. They're pumped up. They're flying. That's my feeling. I'm not trying to second guess Coach Brower, but I mean, they were on a roll, and they turned the ball over 2 times. Hampton did the first quarter, and the second time to turn it over cost them 2 points. They did not get off the last shot, which they should have. They caused 4 turnovers to the Presidents, but they were out-rebounded. The Presidents got 5 rebounds, and Hampton got 10 rebounds.
And Eric Hunter had 10 points in the first quarter, and he had those and didn't play the last 2.5 minutes.
Well, he put the starters back in.
Well, again, I'm sure he has a method to his madness, and I'm not saying that he's not done the right thing. I think what happened is he was doing well, and he figured, what the heck, let the guys get in there and get a breather, and he's got a fresh 5 back out there now to start the second quarter. During that first quarter, Monday had 5, Hunter had 10, 7 for Swan, as the shot is put up no good, tipped around and controlled by the Presidents. And then it's still loose underneath. And who touched it last? They say Wilson did. 7 points for Swan in the first quarter, 3 for Goulson and 2 for Cedric Williams. Gannon Baker with the ball did not score in the first quarter. But he got an assist, and he gets another one.
He has got his head up, dribbling that ball, looking for the man breaking to the basket.
Cedric Williams with the bucket, 29-16. 13-point lead for Hampton. Turnaround jumper is good by Keith Majeski.
That could almost be called an offensive foul. He is pushing.
That should be a foul. No, they just sort of give it out of bounds as Hunter was run over. Stopping the clock with 7:03 left in the half. Hampton will inbounds. This is Hunter for Williams to Baker to Swan. Baker will fire for 3. Got it. So Gannon Baker gets his name in the scorebook, and he does so with a 3-pointer. And it's 32-18. Alley-oop underneath doesn't go. And Williams scrambles for the loose ball, and what are they going to call? They're going to say it was last touched by Crabbers. Inbounding will be 22, and that is Kenny Mitchell. Honoree. for Kenny Mitchell, averaging almost 17 a game. He has 4. 32-20. Hampton by 12. Swan. 9 points for Kevin Swan. 3-point attempt, good. So Kenny Mitchell now has a 3-pointer, and it's 34-23, 11-point lead. Eric Hunter, goaltender.
That's goaltending. That was an excellent call. It was going in.
Hunter had just shot it off the glass, and the defender for Wilson goaltended. And it makes it 36-23. Hampton by 13. Again, a 3-point try. This one's off the rim, no good. And a follow-up is good by Mike Honoré. (36-25), Hampton by 11. They led by 11 after the first quarter. Baker is fouled from behind by Mike Honoré. That'll be his second.
Well, Hampton looks much better when they're beating the press and coming down and shooting fast, and they seem to be getting in each other's way trying to run the offense there. They didn't have any continuity.
Both teams are over the limit. Baker will have the 1-and-1. Left-handed Baker gets the first, he'll get a bonus. And Baker connects on both free throws. Hampton, as a team, has yet to miss a free throw. 38-25, another near a 3-point attempt. It's no good, and Aaron Monday rebounds for Baker. Baker's pass is picked off. And Monday does a good job to slow it down, but it doesn't make much difference as Chris James gets the layup. Hunter cut off at the baseline, gives back to Williams. Williams' shot is no good. And back come the Presidents, trailing by 11, looking to cut it to 9. They may try for the 3-pointer, they do. And the rebound comes off for Eric Hunter. Kevin Swan, a good job to get around his defender. 11 points for Swan. Stuart Wright drives the lane, no good. And Hunter walked, and did they call it? No, they called a foul.
He did take a step. I think they missed
Well,
it.
he planted his pivot foot and then moved his pivot foot.
And then says, I don't like that pivot foot. I want this other one as my pivot foot. Well, he's big enough. I'm not going to argue with him.
So Hampton may have gotten away with one there. Eric Hunter will go to the free throw line. Hunter has 12 points, 10 of those coming in the first quarter. 4:35 left in the half. You see a good shot of Eric Hunter. And Hunter will get the bonus. Hampton lost in overtime to Denby Monday night. But of course they had clinched the host team spot, having won the Peninsula District tournament, or rather the Peninsula District itself, I should say. But they failed in their efforts to win the Peninsula District tournament for the 3rd year in a row. Something that was one of their goals. Seems to have given them new dedication on the court now. Tip no good, tip no good. Hunter has the rebound. So the President's not giving up by any means.
No, they haven't.
41-27, Crabbers by 14. Williams to Swan, has it knocked away, gets it back, drives, puts up the left-hander, good.
That's a runner. He is excellent with that shot.
16-point lead now for the Crabbers. Stuart Wright fills the lane, his shot is short. And back come the Crabbers. This is Paul Blackman that's in the ball game now. Blackman is in for Baker. Ball knocked into the backcourt by the Wilson Presidents. Cedric Williams, yes. 3 baskets for Cedric Williams, and it is an 18-point lead for the Crabbers. Three-point attempt, off the rim, no good. Aaron Monday with the board for the Crabbers to Paul Blackman. Cedric Williams will shoot and hit.
The Presidents just look tired out there, Tim.
I wonder if did they play Monday night as well?
I think they did. I don't know. But they look tired. Hampton does not look tired. They got a 20-point lead with 2:57 to go in the first half, and they can't do anything wrong. They've turned the ball over twice, which is, you know, that's awesome, not to turn the ball over. And the Presidents are just, they look like they're forcing everything when they do shoot. They're a good offensive team, as you said, but they're just not doing the job offensively.
They've come up a little bit cold, too, as it's a 20-point lead for the Crabbers. They led by 11 after one quarter. .257 remaining as Slow-Mo Joe is going to show you the last Hampton score. What you are seeing is the very end of that. What you didn't see is Cedric Williams with a good first step to the basket. And we're glad to have our entire crew on hand for this game. Apparently, Dr. Sam's laughing about something, and someone in the van must have. We had the first step, right? We just didn't show it. Slow-Mo is getting a little feisty out there, I think.
Oh, I tell you.
He didn't like it when I grabbed his popcorn when he came by earlier.
The Jet does a good job.
Cedric Williams, instant
Another
replay.
assist.
That was a replay of the play moments ago. And Keith Majette, averaging almost 16 a game. He's got 9 in the first half. Kevin Swan. 15 points for Kevin Swan in the first half. Stuart Wright's move to the basket doesn't go, but the foul is on Hampton. Tim Morris gets the basket. Giovanni Freeman in the ball game for Hampton picks up the personal foul. Tim Morris will have a chance to complete the three-point play. And we'll watch a replay of that last foul that we saw.
And he's the shortest guy out on the court.
Free throw is no good. And there you see the foul as Giovanni Freeman reached in. Lonnie Mann comes in the game, replacing Aaron Monday for the Crabbers. I think I might have gotten Slow-Mo Joe upset with me here. He said he's going to see all of this next play.
I told you, don't mess with him.
He does a good job.
He does an excellent job.
Giovanni Freeman comes out of the ball game, replaced by Eric Hunter for the Crabbers. And Wright, having trouble at the free throw line, misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Something you cannot do when your team trails by 18 points.
Tim?
Yes, AG.
Talked to Slow-Mo earlier tonight. He was complaining about being very cold out there in the truck tonight, and he was talking about extra compensation.
Well, maybe that's why we lost that first step.
That's right. Williams inbounds to Swan. His pass is knocked away. And quickly down the court is Tim Morris all alone. So Morris comes in a relief role and gets 2 baskets. Swan gets it to Paul Blackman. 1:40 left here in the first half. 51-35, Hampton by 16. Williams to Swan underneath. Nice feed.
Kevin Swan knows what's going on over the whole court. That's what makes him such a good basketball player.
He has great eyes and hands as he picks off that pass. He'll pull up and put it in. No. Eric Hunter with the long arms gets the rebound, and his shot is short. And then bodies go all over the place. And we've got a foul. Kevin Swan checking to see if he's drawn blood or not. Eric Hunter is going to be charged with the personal foul. That'll be his first. Both teams, as I mentioned, over the limit. At the free throw line will be Keith Majette. Majette on the ball game has 9 points. Majette's no good on the run into that 1-and-1. Watch the replay here. There's that nice steal by Kevin Swan a little while ago. You see how the bodies get flying around here. I don't know how they call that foul. Well, there you see Hunter come in and foul after the play. Back to the live action. 53-35. Inside of a minute to go here in the first half. Hook shot put in by Majette. .11 points for Majette. And it's 53-37, 16-point Hampton lead. Paul Blackman is fouled as he goes down the lane. This one will be called against Corey Gauss. Gannon Baker comes back in for Hampton, as does Jermaine Goulson. Goulson with 3 points in the game, Baker with 5. Kevin Swan gets a well-deserved rest for the Crabbers. We see the replay of, that's a tough call there too.
Hey, he evidently come down on his arm, but he definitely got a piece of the ball.
Stuart Wright comes out of the ball game for the Presidents. Mark Ash will come in for Hunter. Hunter will go out with 13 points here in the first half. Blackman with good form, and he puts it in. Further substitutions for the Presidents. Kenny Mitchell comes in for the Presidents, number 22. Half a minute to go in the half. Tim Morris guarded by Gannon Baker. Kenny Mitchell picked up by Paul Blackman. Baker, rebound no good. And Lonnie Mann rebounds for the Crabbers. 15 seconds to go. Gannon Baker, baseline jumper, no good. And he gets his own rebound, puts it back up. He's fouled, no call. Mark Ash turnaround jumper, it's blocked, and it'll belong to the Crabbers with just 4 seconds remaining. 55-37. Mark Ash, I'm not sure he realizes the time factor, but it won't matter because the ball was intercepted by the Presidents.
And they got to be aware of what's going on the court.
So our score at halftime is the Hampton Crabbers 55, the Wilson Presidents 37. We'll return with second half action and first half statistics. But let's first take a timeout.
Very counter hit.
Back at Mariners Gymnasium here at halftime. There you see the score, 55-37 for the Crabbers. And they were paced in the first half by Kevin Swan with 15 points. And Kevin only hit 7 out of 10 from the field. 70%, I say only with tongue-in-cheek, because 70% is as good as any coach would like to have. And you see the scores for Hampton. 13 points for Eric Hunter. He was 6 out of 9 from the field. Aaron Monday had 5 points, 2 out of 3 from the field. Gannon Baker with 5 points, as Paul Blackman had 4, 3 for Jermaine Goulson, 10 points for Cedric Williams. Williams had 5 out of 7 from the floor. So the Crabbers, as we see play here just toward the end of the first half. Replay action there.
And there's Milan Brown from Kecoughtan High School. Well, Tim, I've got the rebounds. Hampton out-rebounded the Presidents 22-12. with Eric Hunter getting 9 rebounds. So he has got off to an excellent game, shooting 66% from the field. And how many points did you say he had, Eric?
Eric Hunter had 13 points.
13 points and 9 rebounds. That's a great way. That's a lot of people play a whole game and get that.
Well, the Crabbers now will have to see if they can hold off this Wilson power machine, because they can score some points.
Well, we'll just have to see what kind of intensity Hampton comes out with the second half, because they started that first half with more intensity and playing pressure defense better than I've seen them play in last 3 games.
Hampton will have the ball to start the second half. And they start the same 5 they did in the beginning. I'll give you that lineup in just a moment. That's Cedric Williams, Gannon Baker, Eric Hunter, Aaron Monday, and Kevin Swan. This is Baker to Williams. Williams will shoot just inside the 3-point line, and he hits.
And it looks like the Presidents have picked up the defense just a notch. They're a little, they were playing a little bit of zone earlier, but they're playing a man-to-man. That's the only way they're going to get back in this game.
Inside, Stewart Wright hits. Nine points for Wright. Hunter has the ball knocked away as he went up with it. Back come the Presidents. This is Wright, and he hits again. So Wright with 2 baskets in a row, and the lead is 16, 57-41. Williams to Hunter. Hunter looking to make a move to the basket. He does, but it doesn't go. And back come the Presidents. Rebound off for Eric Hunter. 3-on-2. Swan looking underneath, tries to get it to Williams. And in doing so, the ball is tipped and lost out of bounds by the Wilson Presidents. You are watching the Group AAA Boys quarterfinals. The Hampton Crabbers, white uniforms with the red numerals, hosting the Woodrow Wilson Presidents. This is Aaron Monday strong to the hoop.
And they were in a zone that time, and a zone is not supposed to let the man get that easy basket on a inbounds underneath.
Aaron Monday acrobatics to get that one. And a foul on Baker as he will be called for over the back of the Wilson player. Those of you that just joined us, the Crabbers led 27-16 after the first quarter. And led 55-37 at halftime. They led by 18. The lead now is 16, 59-43. Kevin Swan guarded by Stewart Wright. Swan's shot doesn't go. Aaron Monday puts it up, no good. Gets his own rebound and muscles it up, still no good.
Boy, I'm sure what has he got to do to get a foul called? He probably is really frustrated.
And Eric Hunter is going to be called for the personal foul. That'll be his second. Freeman, Hunter, and Baker have 2 fouls each for Hampton. No Crabber has more than 2. 5:50 to go in the third. The pace has slowed considerably here. Alley-oop pass inside. Mitchell has it. It's knocked out at midcourt, last touched by the Crabbers. Swan knocks it away. This is Mike Honoré, guarded by Baker. Chris James to Stewart Wright. Wright will fire and hits. So Wright has 3 baskets here in the third quarter, and his team trails by 14. Aaron Monday spots Gannon Baker in the corner. Baker will fire. It doesn't go. Ball tipped loose and finally controlled by Chris James of Woodrow Wilson. There you see a somewhat concerned head coach Walter Brower. And a three-pointer.
Well, they've cut it to 11. Hampton is flat coming out this third quarter.
This tournament is not single, or rather not double elimination. It is a single situation. And the turnover, the ball thrown into the backcourt. You lose tonight, your season's over with. I think the Crabbers now are going to call a timeout as they need to get.
Well, I would. I definitely would. I don't know why they had such a big first quarter that they thought they could come back out here and just kind of dominate without putting out, but they can't do that.
Here at Channel 29, we offer a brief insight into national, state, and local news presented by Channel 29. Particular interest is focused on local news that affects residents of Hampton directly. Sports weather updates are included daily. Your host is Beverly Penn. The time 1, 5, and 9 p.m. Monday through Friday, right here on Channel 29. And also, be sure and watch the community calendar. Viewers who tune to community calendar will learn the latest on local activities of community appeal. Topics ranging from local theater to museum exhibits are discussed. And your host is Jerome Young. It follows the news on Channel 29. As you watch the replay, this is that last three-pointer. Kenny Mitchell of Woodrow Wilson getting nothing but net. And the Crabbers now have a 11-point lead. And Wilson has the ball with a chance to make it 9. And a 5-second violation. So the time starts as soon as the official hands the ball to the player.
Absolutely.
Seemed like it was a little quick on the count, but the Crabbers will take that. Cedric Williams spots Kevin Swan. He wants to go inside to Monday. He does. Monday. Aaron Monday with 2 second-half baskets, and it's 61-48 now.
Well, that's what Hampton might have to do, is get that ball inside, because they've got some horses inside.
Eric Hunter skies for the rebound. Kevin Swan, they've got a 3-on-1. Now it breaks down to a 3-on-3. Swan will fire and hit. Swan has 17. And Hampton is back on top by 15. 3:55 left here in the third. And the ball picked off by Cedric Williams. It's a foot race. Williams, yes! Williams with 14 points.
And that's 6 unanswered points. That was a good timeout.
Paul Blackman in the ball game. So Blackman, Williams, Aaron Monday, Hunter, and Swan for Hampton. Right shot doesn't go. Cedric Williams spots Aaron Monday. Monday goes to the hoop. Yes! Monday adds 6 points, and the ball's tipped away by Hunter. It's a 3-on-2. Blackman, and the pass is tipped. I believe the officials checking with each other. No, they say Swan did not get a hand on it.
And the two officials worked together there, because the one underneath the basket, Charles Woodson, Charlie couldn't see. And so Jim Downey made the call.
3:04 remaining. 67. You'll see the replay of the last exchange. It looked, well, they say Swan touched it, so I guess that was the call. From the free throw line, shot no good. Hunter goes down hard. And they'll say the ball belongs to Wilson. Walter Brower liked that play. He's up on the far sideline. They're applauding that play. Saw a couple of his Crabbers hustling for the ball and giving it up. When I say giving it up, I mean their bodies. (67-48). 2.5 minutes to go in the third. Stuart Wright blocked by Williams.
And he walked that time.
So the defense of Hampton looks good as they block the middle of the lane. Cause Stuart Wright to travel. Crabbers have led from the outset. They led 9-0 before Wilson even got on the board. Monday's pass is tipped away. Swan will shoot from 8, yes. 19 points for Kevin Swan. Baseline jumper rattles the rim, no good. And back comes the ever-present Kevin Swan. Aaron Monday gets the handle on it, puts it in. Monday with 8 points here in the third quarter.
And I thought he was going to lay it off the board. I had no idea he could slam it. And they got to call a timeout.
And
they outscored them, Tim. They were down by 11. They were within 11. Now, what is it? 18? That scored them 8 to what, 2 or 10 to 2 or something like that.
23 points.
23. See how bad my math is?
23-point lead for Hampton as they have put on a burst here, and Aaron Monday has 8 points here in the second half, as does.
Here's that last.
Yeah, he was fouled right here, but he still managed to, because of his good strength. Monday just went up strong and put it in. Wasn't that emphatic jam, but it was a jam.
It was a jam. We'll give it to him, yes, sir.
A minute 47 left here in the third quarter. 71-48. Hampton led at halftime, 55-37. Of course, Hampton has scored over 100 points on several occasions this year. And they're moving towards that goal at this point with 71 with a minute 40 to go.
And they're just forcing the shots.
Giovanni Freeman under the basket for the rebound. And this pass by Blackman is picked off. Keith Majette. 15 points on the night for Majette. Blackman has to make those passes a little crisper. Mark Ash in the ball game. He finds Baker. Baker dishes off underneath for Blackman. Check that, Goulson. And back down the lane. Shot is short, but a good follow-up rebound by Chris James. And just like that, it's a 19-point lead, 4 unanswered points. Inside of a minute now, 54 seconds to go. Third quarter, Gannon Baker at the top of the key, Paul Blackman.
And Hampton is just spreading it. And that's that 9th grader I was telling you about. They're really high on that young man.
Jermaine Goulson gets the bucket, and he is fouled by Kenny Mitchell. That's his second. And Goulson now with a chance for his second three-point play. And it rolls off, but it's tipped around, finally controlled by the Wilson Presidents. 5 points for Goulson. Turnaround jumper by Corey, Stewart Wright. Paul Blackman, oh my goodness. Traveling call charged to Paul Blackman. I didn't see it, did you?
I didn't see that.
I guess we had a bad angle. It was right in front of us.
Yeah, it was in front of us.
I have to say the officials are doing a better job tonight than they did the other night, because I was really on them big time.
It was a good shot of the Hampton Brain Trust sitting on a bench. Art Jones, David Blizzard, and Coach Walter Brower.
10 seconds to go, and we've got a whistle and a foul. This is going to be on. Paul Blackman. Blackman charged with his first personal. 9 seconds to go. There you see the travel.
He was helped a little bit.
Yeah, he was
good job, Joe.
Goulson called for his first personal, so the Crabbers now piling up the fouls here. And at this rate, they'll be giving the Presidents the free throw stripe here pretty soon. 2 seconds to go. The shot at the buzzer is short. So after 3 quarters of play, Hampton leads 73 to 52. AG, are you live there?
I think so.
Well, you got to earn your buck here. What about your impressions of the ball game? I should explain to the fans that your wireless mic isn't working, otherwise you'd be roaming around.
I think, Bob touched on it earlier, the effect of that game last night. And I think that even though they lost and you never want to lose, they came out ready to play tonight. And I think they're playing strong on the boards, both offensively and defensively, especially Hunter and Mundy. They're just playing like they're on a mission. And they could have put them away earlier in the first quarter. But 21-point lead now, things look good. And the starters are getting a good rest.
One of the things that's been effective, as you say, Walter Brower has substituted freely tonight, and in doing so has kept his players fresh.
I think Friday night they'll be ready.
Well, Hampton's out-rebounded them 32 to 19. That'll give you an idea of what kind of strength Hampton has on the board.
And as you mentioned earlier, I think, Bob, the turnovers are relatively low for the Crabbers.
Right, there's 6 and 7, so I mean that's not a factor at all in this ball game.
8 minutes of play left for one of these two teams. The winner advances, the loser, of course, goes home. You're watching the Hampton Crabbers and the Woodrow Wilson Presidents Eastern Regional quarterfinals. The semifinals, I'm told, will be at Eccles Hall on the campus of Norfolk State University Friday and Saturday. Monday puts it up, no good. Chased down in the corner by Keith Majette.
And that might have been a walk.
Might have been. Stuart Wright's shot is no good, and then a clearing out foul underneath is going to be charged on Keith Majette. That's his first personal.
And he is definitely frustrated.
Jet has 15 points, which is his average. Kenny Mitchell has 10 for the Presidents. Kevin Swan hits. 21 for the Hamptons leading scorer. Swan averaged 17 plus during the season. He's got 21 in the game. And almost a fourth quarter to go, and he steals the ball. Oh, what a nice play to keep from walking. Paul Blackman puts it in. Crabbers are just too fast and too quick for this team.
Oh, they really are. But Kevin Swan shows you why he's such a highly respected ball player. In fact, he was given in the paper, he was picked as one of the top players in this region. And you can see why, because he does so many things and he does it so well. And I believe that he's been invited to play a tryout to play in the McDonald's tournament at the end of the, when they play it at the summer or whenever. And that's quite an honor.
Let's watch the replay and you'll see the foul. As it was quite a play by Cedric Williams. If you can watch at the very end of the play here, he really put up a strong effort as he misses the front end of the two shots. Kind of a acrobatic reverse layup there, and it just didn't go.
The ball almost went in, you're right.
Almost. 1 out of 2 from the free throw line for Williams. And he's got 15 points, so he's following up a good effort last week against Kecoughtan.
Oh, now that was, looked like a walk.
Right a walk.
Slow-mo, get that one.
I don't know, AG.
I know I didn't see the ball game last night between Hampton and Denby, and I was looking in the score column, and I didn't see Williams with any points at all. Apparently, Williams did not play against Denby, or at least he doesn't show up in the score.
It looked like to me he took an extra step.
78-55, all alone, Kevin Swan.
Nice pass.
They just gave the basket to Cedric Williams. Wasn't it Swan that hit that?
Pardon?
Swan the one that hit the basket a minute ago?
Yes.
Official score gave it to Cedric Williams. I was just confused. I thought maybe I might have missed it.
No, he passed the ball to Kevin.
Foul is called against Philip Freeman. Coach Harvey for the Presidents was up wondering about that call. We'll watch the replay of that last one. Eric Hunter is at the free throw line with 2. That looked like a pretty good block.
It really did.
Hunter with 14 points on the night. Hampton leads 80-56. And Hunter with nothing but net. Swan with 23 and Williams and Hunter with each with 15. And then Aaron Monday has come along and done a number 2. Stewart Wright. 17 points for Wright. Dish it off, nice block. Monday follows, it doesn't go, but he'll get some free throws. Third foul on Phil Freeman. There you see the goggled Philip Freeman of Wilson. Monday will go to the free throw line, and we'll watch a replay of this last foul.
And here you can see the nice pass inside. Everybody's coming towards him, just dumps the ball off to Monday. Monday goes off strong, get all ball, nice block there, but he stays with the ball and comes back up and gets another shot, and then he gets hacked and charged, foul charge that time against the.
Swan does a good job to keep the ball alive as he tipped the ball out to Monday. Hunter drives on Stewart Wright, and then we've got a foul. It'll be an offensive foul. That's his third. Hunter will come out of the ball game, and Giovanni Freeman, number 42, will come in. 81-58. Spinning jumper is no good. Freeman with a rebound as he got a ton of them last week against Kecoughtan. Kevin Swan off the rim, no good. And Blackman tips it out of bounds. Hustling all over the court are the Crabbers. So the loss to Denby may have been a beneficial one to the Crabbers as they have played with renewed intensity tonight.
Well, they definitely came out that first quarter and played with intensity on defense that I'm sure coaches wouldn't like to see that go all the time.
Right shot is short. Swan with the rebound. What Hampton has to guard against is what happened to them against Denby. They had a 9-point lead with a minute and a half to go in that game and lost in overtime. Three-pointer for Cedric Williams. 18 points on the night for Williams. That shot was forced up, and Kevin Swan with the board.
Kevin Swan's got 5 rebounds this quarter.
Swan will do it all for you. He's a small-looking player. He hasn't got a lot of meat in those bones, but boy, can he make all the moves. He has been a standout for Hampton all through his playing career. Freeman has it knocked away, but he gets it back and then almost throws it away. Swan will set it up as Hampton has gone to a 4-corner style. Williams inside. Oh, a good block and
what a acrobatic move that was.
Forgive me, I thought it was a good block.
I did too. But he never got the block because he got the ball in the baskets.
Philip Freeman checks out. He's got 4 personals. Chance for the 3-point play by Williams. There you see Coach Harvey. He's got to wonder what they got to do. 86-58. Hampton still within range of that 100-point goal. And Cedric Williams has 21 now.
Here's that shot.
He got his arm after he got the ball. That's the call, I'm sure. Baseline jumper is no good, but a foul on Mark Ash, who just came in. That's his first. Two shots coming for Chris James of Woodrow Wilson. So barring a miracle comeback by Wilson, the Crabbers will improve their record to 22-3.
And they will face, let's see what I got here.
I'm glad someone can figure this out.
They will face the winner of the Booker T. Green Run game that's being played.
And that's supposed to be the big matchup. Booker T is supposed to be the class act of the Eastern Regional, I'm told. Shot is an air ball. Kevin Swan, the quarterback of this team, directs the traffic.
And he is such a leader out there on that floor.
You've got to have someone like him on your team. I know as a former coach, you always looked for a guy who would be a take-charge type.
Hey, just like having a coach on the floor when the player knows what's going on all over the court, and Kevin does. And, you know, my vote for the player of the game's got to go to Kevin, because he's done so many things.
Ass's shot doesn't go, and Giovanni Freeman steps on the baseline in an effort to save the ball. There's been a lot of standing play from the Crabbers tonight. As you mentioned, 23 points for Kevin Swan, 21 for Cedric Williams, 15 for Eric Hunter, and a lot of his contributions came early to kind of take Wilson out of the ball game early. And of course, there's 14 points for Aaron Monday. So the Crabbers have gotten the scoring from the front line, and they've gotten it from the back line. So that's what happens when you've got it all working. And we're going to try and get a chance at the conclusion of the game, as Hampton calls a timeout, to talk with head coach Walter Brower of Hampton and Kevin Swan, among others, if possible. Watch the replay of that last drive to the basket.
And Forty gets his own rebound. As Stewart Wright, and is fouled. And Hampton holds a commanding 28-point lead, Tim. Am I right? My math is terrible.
20,
I don't have my
29.
calculator with me.
29.
29.
It's 28.
Oh, and this is the guy that handles the budget?
They changed the clock on.
They're going to blame the clock.
What does AG do in the offseason? He's the budget director?
Somebody's playing the clock.
That's what it was. Hey, listen, this guy signs the checks, so we don't want to.
So he was right, absolutely.
29, 30, whatever. Stepping to the free throw line is Stewart Wright. He's got 17 points on the night, and he'll have one shot coming. And this one comes off no good, but his teammate Chris James gets the rebound and puts it back. So James keeps the President's hopes alive. Giovanni Freeman called for his third personal foul. 87-61, 2:48 remaining. Chris James completes the three-point play, and he's got 8 points on the night. Wilson pressing full court, trying to trap the man with the ball. Hampton gets across the timeline. Kevin Swan, bounce pass. Ash will put it up. It's too strong. Back come the Wilson Presidents. Kevin Swan is going to be out of bounds as he was trying to save that ball. I like what I've seen with the Crabbers. If they play with this kind of intensity Friday night, they've got a good chance to advance.
Well, they most certainly do.
And if I'm if I'm right, Bob, I understand the next series of play will occur at Eccles Hall at Norfolk State.
That's
Friday
correct.
and Saturday.
The semis and the finals, both Friday and Saturday.
So you'll have the semifinals Friday night and the finals on Saturday. Baseline jumper, no good, and a foul is going to be called on Mark Ash. So play has slowed considerably here.
To a crawl, but there's they call a lot of fouls.
Walter Brower will counter with Eric Hunter getting Ash out of the ball game and trying to get the flow back into this game. Of course, this plays into the hands of the president. Stop the clock, get some free throws. Not that they have much of a chance to get back in it. We're trailing by 25, but Hampton wouldn't have thought they'd lose that game to Denby either. So
no, they sure didn't.
So Crabbers will have a couple of days off as we'll watch the replay of that last series of shots. There you saw the foul by Ash as he went over the back. Rebound comes off for Chris James, and finally Eric Hunter asserts himself as someone stepped on Keith Majette's foot. He's limping as he comes down the court. Paul Blackman will handle. Inside, Cedric Williams. Williams gets the basket, and now an official timeout as Majette is still having some problem. The official, concerned about his well-being, stopped the clock for a moment just to make sure he's all right. Must have twisted his ankle. There you see Walter Brower to his left. On the right-hand side of your screen is Gannon Baker. Baker has not seen a lot of action tonight. He kind of had a good start, but it's slowed down. Hunter!
Michael Jordan.
So Hunter started the game with the power jam, and he's going to wrap the game up with the power jam.
Michael Jordan, Tim.
Michael Jordan, yeah, that wasn't a bad-looking move. 19 points for Stuart Wright. Kevin Swan dishes to Hunter again. Hunter's shot goes.
When it's going in, it's going in.
19 for Hunter, 23 for Williams, and the rebound comes off for Giovanni Freeman. He is fouled. So 23 points each for Swan and Williams, 19 for Hunter and 14 for Monday. And the Crabbers with a chance to break the century mark, 7 points shy with 1:18 to go. Lonnie Mann comes in for the Crabbers.
And Giovanni Freeman has a chance to put it to 95 with the 1-and-1 as we'll look at the replay here of Eric Hunter's jam. Oh, wait, Joe's got him going both directions. that was good,
That was a nice looking jam for Hunter there. Freeman gets the front end, he'll get the bonus. So Freeman gets his name in the scorebook with that first free throw. Freeman is a good addition to this club. He's helped them considerably late in the season here. 95-65, a 30-point Hampton lead. So both of the Hampton schools advance to further action as the Phoebus girls team handily defeated a Deep Creek Hornets team to advance, and Hampton now will win easily against the Woodrow Wilson Presidents. Pass goes out of bounds. The Crabbers will have further chances here to hit that century mark.
And Hampton is, he's emptying the bench, and I think that's great.
Kobe Perry, number 30, comes in the game.
Number 40, Michael Williams.
Michael Williams, number 40. Mark Ash, Lonnie Mann.
And 32, Tim. That's David Blizzard. That's young David.
I'm just going to say I don't have a 32 on here, but that's up from the JV team. Pass goes out of bounds. So that century mark may not be achieved now as the reserves come in. Both teams have emptied their benches. Dr. Sam, I think wasn't Sam saying that they're going to put the announcers in next? Is that what they're going to do?
I think so.
Ash called for the offensive foul. 40 seconds to go, a 30-point Hampton lead. Three-point attempt, no good. And Lonnie Mann with the rebound for Hampton.
Getting a little ragged out there.
Just a little ragged.
But it's not be lacking of intensity on both teams.
And Pete Baycode gets in the game for Hampton. So David Blizzard, he's just a freshman, isn't he, Bob?
Yes.
Three-pointer for Corey Gauss. And no time remains on the clock as this one is over with. So the Crabbers advance to the semifinals. They'll be playing Friday night at Eccles Hall on the campus of Norfolk State. And they have defeated Woodrow Wilson 95-68. Stay tuned, if you will. AG is going to try and get a chance to talk with Walter Brower, Kevin Swan, and hopefully some other of the victorious Crabbers.
Hampton out-rebounded them 48-28. And that's an awesome number of rebounds. Be out-rebounded by 20. That's why you get beat as many points as they got beat. But Hampton came out with the most intensity I have seen them play defensively. And I know Walter Brower's got to be really excited after that particular play.
I imagine, AG, you could probably just pass the headset back and forth there with Walter, or are you going to don the apparel?
All right, Walter, first of all, congratulations, great win. First of all, disappointing loss last night. How did it affect the team, and what was their attitude today and before the game?
Well, we had a positive attitude. We felt that, we should have won the ball game last night. Instead of losing it, we felt we gave the ball game away. We didn't make our foul shots down the stretch, and we also missed a couple of easy baskets.
Okay, Walter, tonight, first quarter, almost blew them away there in the first quarter.
Well, we wanted to come out strong because we hadn't done it in the past two ball games.
Hunter and Monday especially was strong there on both offense and defensive boards in the first quarter.
Well, after we scouted Wilson, we felt that we could go inside.
Okay.
So that's the reason I guess.
Was it my imagination, or was the floor slippery tonight?
It was slippery, very slippery. We complained before the game started.
Okay. Kevin Swan, another outstanding game, showed a lot of leadership tonight.
Well, that's what I told Kevin before the game. I said, hey, Kevin, hey, you got to lead us tonight. And, hey, he rose to the task.
All right, Walter, maybe we can get a couple comments here from Kevin. Hey, Kevin, let me put this on here. Kevin, just talking to Coach Brower, last night's game, how did it affect the team today before the game, and your thoughts on that?
Well, I think last night's game made our intensity rise to another level tonight.
Okay.
We didn't play well at all last night. We knew that we had to come out strong in the first quarter and get an up-tempo and play that start of the game.
Monday and Eric was strong early in the game, and you seemed to have the touch tonight. Everything you throwing up was just going in, wasn't even hitting the rim quite often.
Yeah, so I think I was concentrating more tonight, knowing that it was sudden death and everything, and we knew we had to win, so I just concentrated hard on my shots.
What about, do we know who we're playing yet, Coach?
We're not sure yet. We'll have to wait on the outcome of the games over at the beach.
All right, Kevin, let me let you.
Get a new system or something?
Yeah, well, we're having a little technical difficulty. Eric, great game. We were talking about first quarter. The job you and Monday did to get the team off to a good start. They're both on the offensive and defensive boards. your comments on that.
Yes, Coach, told us that the big man had to play a good part of the game, and so Kevin Swan, he threw a great pass and it was there.
We saw a couple slam dunks. One of them we had on instant replay, and I said it looked like Michael Jordan. Your thoughts on that?
No comment.
All right, Eric, great game, and rest of the season now, could you guys carry Channel 29 all the way to the top here?
I hope so. We got to work hard, that will determine it.
Okay, Eric, great game, and enjoyed watching you tonight. All right, Coach, congratulations again, and we'll be looking forward to some more Crabber basketball Friday and Saturday night, and then the following weekend.
Okay, I hope so. I hope that we can continue to play well and get the job done.
All right, great game.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Walter Brower.
All right, Coach Walter Brower, AG, appreciate those words with Eric Hunter and Kevin Swan. A lot of heroes tonight for the Crabbers. 23 points for Swan, 23 points for Cedric Williams, 19 for Hunter, 14 for Aaron Monday, and so forth and so forth. So the Crabbers spread it around and came away with a 27-point victory.
Well, Tim, I talked to David Blizzard. He says the game will be decided in the first few minutes of that first quarter. He says we'll see what we come out with, what kind of intensity. And they came out with the best intensity I have seen defensively from Hampton. And Walter Brower and his staff's got to be real pleased the way the guys, after a big loss to Denby, and you hate to lose in the championship of a tournament, but to come back here and pull their bootstraps up and do as well as they did, I mean, that was just excellent.
All right, there you see the principal of Hampton High School. Isn't that your old buddy Lowell Thomas?
Lowell Thomas.
To the right there. I'm not sure who the gentleman to the left is.
I don't either. But, just to take this one step further, I was saying when AG was talking that Hampton looked as the most unselfish team that we have seen this year. They will pass that ball up on a nice 8-footer to somebody for a 2-footer or to a jam. I mean, they're looking to pass. They don't have their heads down. They're not playing one-dimensional basketball.
Well, they played well, and they walked off. There you see Jerome with his camera. We want to thank our crew tonight. They've been out here since early this afternoon, have done their usual great job.
Scotty even was shoveling snow to get in here.
Yeah,
Scotty was?
He had to shovel snow to back the truck in. And he built this big snowman. Looks just like Scotty. Well, maybe that was Scotty. I don't know.
They didn't have any heat out there, so we had to put it up.
Well, we get through the adversity. They had cold weather like this. There you see Angela. Great job, and we want to thank our
slow-mo. Do we have slow-mo?
Slow-mo. We got to get there's Sam Jr. We got to get a remote camera for Slow-Mo Joe out there in the instant replay van. We'll have to have that in the next game. See if we can't do that.
I want to say thank you to Bev Penn out there in the truck. She does all the graphics on the screen for us, and there's a crew for you.
There's
there's
a mess if I ever saw it. Well, we're going to be someplace for further action
on Thursday, on
Friday.
Not sure we don't know where.
And we're not sure who's playing, but we'll be there, and we'll bring it to you here on Channel 29. It's been a pleasure bringing these two games to you tonight. The girls team from Phoebus advances, and the Hampton boys team advances with a resounding 95-68 victory over Woodrow Wilson High School. For Bob Hintz and A.G. Womble, this is Tim Cole. Thanks for watching from the entire crew. Good night, everybody.
I hear you much better in yours than I could in mine.
I believe we might just have that.
Here we go. We can see the pass going in. And see the backdoor cut. Makes the move. And the guy is moving. See, he's still moving, which that was an excellent call. But you got to hit those foul shots.
So Owens will not get the extra one. 3-point try. And it's good. Reuben Wilson.
And Tim, that was at the buzzer.
Narrows the gap, so 5 straight points by the Patriots.